They have found creative ways to move the football in the Steel City. Another touch for Reid. Operating without the tempo. Reid staggers ahead across the 40. Analytics tell you to go for it here as well. Needing just two. Holstein to the air, into the flats. Reid has it, and that's enough to move the chains. Gain of 7 on 4th and 2. Holstein back to the air. Gonna heave one deep, man-to-man coverage. Caught inside the 10. Top of Marcus Allen, a gain of 43.
Konata Mumpfield is a captain for this football team. He's a team leader in receptions, team leader in yards and touchdowns.
Chip shot attempt coming for Ben Sauls, who has been perfect this season. And that trend continues. Panthers on the board first. Start number 3. It's been a carousel of sorts at quarterback spot for Carolina. Omarion Hampton straight ahead outside of that North Carolina offensive line. Criswell will set up the screen. Big part of the offense on 3rd and long. A conservative call. Isaiah Neal the tackle. And that'll mean North Carolina punt the football. He now steps off the playing surface. Pitt gets it back. Their second possession. Outstanding starting field position from the 42. Tunnel screen again. Rumbling across midfield for a gain of 9. Gets it into North Carolina territory. 2nd and short. Let's see if Pitt wants to take a shot. Holstein will keep it. And a first down run.
In games, you're allowed to get hit, and he's moving with great speed and great velocity.
After a gain of 7 on cue again, he'll spin his way to the 36. Reid in the flats. Very comfortable in that position as a pass catcher. And as a running back, he absorbs a big shot at the end of the 25. Confusion on the attempted jet sweep. The ball was on the turf forever. Kenny Johnson was supposed to get it.
Pitt is playing with fire. That was not an incomplete pass. Of course, to your point, if it was a pop pass.
Trailed late against West Virginia. The backyard brawl, no problem against Cincinnati. It was a 21-point deficit the 3rd quarter, and they came back and won on the road.
So the focus needs to get back focused so they don't turn the ball over.
3rd and 5. Holstein the other direction, and it's intercepted by North Carolina. Caleb Cost. One man to beat and no problem. The pick 6 for UNC.
Caleb Cost is watching the eyes. He undercuts the route. That's brilliant football. But it's not just about undercutting the route. It's about finding the end zone and allowing your teammates to block for you. 7-3 North Carolina, Caleb Cost.
Man-to-man coverage for Pitt when they have the ball.
Oh, without a doubt.
Omarion Hampton to the edge. And Hampton, one of the top ground gainers in America, racing out of bounds.
If he's able to run it like he has all season long, it could be a long day for Pitt.
650 yards on the ground so far. Needed 1. Kyle Lewis, the tackle, but enough to move the sticks, and a first down for North Carolina. For the first down carry, 6-man front for the Panthers. Hampton up the gut.
He's not so tall, about 5'11 and a half, 220, but he's hard to bring down.
He'll fake it to Hampton. A dump off to the tight end, Copenhaver. Shoestring tackle.
Relentless pursuit and tackling this guy. He's got 519 yards after contact. That's something he really hangs his hat on. As you see how tough of a runner he is. And Coach Narduzzi told his guys, specifically his safeties this week.
A few weeks ago, Pitt played Cincinnati, and it was the same inside zone. They gave up a lot of yards to Corey Kiner.
Flea flicker time. Criswell has a man. Pass is caught in Pitt territory. J.J. Jones. And he'll step out of the 45.
J.J. Jones, 6'2 and a half, 210. This dude is a football player, but he has a future in broadcasting. He wants to go on TV.
The bigger the name, the easier the transition.
Correct. The more awards you have, the longer you play, makes it easier.
Maybe a Campbell Award winner, Texas Hall of Honor member. After a gain of 17, Carolina on the move, coming off an open date. They get Miami. Game day was there today. Nick Saban's waving around Cal Bear ties. It was a wild scene with Pat McAfee But we both think Cal's going to give Miami everything it has late tonight on ESPN. Hampton met with resistance in the backfield. Kyle Lewis. And that Pitt defense sniffed out that formation and the play call. That's a TFL.
People say people have a nose for the football. That's what Kyle Lewis does. You talk about sniffing out. Look at him. He's an outside linebacker in this defense, but he's always around the football.
4th down and 2 for North Carolina. They'll roll Criswell out. Buys some time, heaves it. That's right at the line to gain. And enough for the first down to Omarion Hampton. The end of our first quarter, and we've had a multitude of big plays. Goss's first touch and rumbles his way to the 31. It's become rather commonplace in football these days to go for it on 4th down. Criswell with time, slant route is there. And a chain mover, Nesbitt, the tight end, first team all ACC. Doesn't matter, he catches passes in big time ones.
He's 6'5", 235, so he's big, but Criswell, he's so patient in the pocket, it seems as if he started for a really long time.
Hampton up the gut, back to the line, that's it. Sheen Biles, the tackle. 3rd and 9, Criswell, clean pocket. Will race to his right. Really lost control of the football from behind. He'll make it down to the 10. And to the 9, he's finally brought down. It'll be 4th down. Tar Heels need 2 more yards to keep this drive going. Criswell flats it incomplete. Nacho, I'm not sure how many 19-play drives you're going to see in without points, but this will be one. Black Knights are legitimate. Navy is legitimate. Both teams undefeated at 4-0 this late in the season for the first time more than half a century. Pittsburgh gets the football back. Love the quad box look there too, by the way.
Yeah, I love Kevin Connors. Love being in the studio with him, but Roy, I also like being here.
Thank you. A couple of touches for Desmond Reid. Ritzy, the tackle. And there's a lot of players in basketball and football that talk about heart over height. He said, that is it exactly. I learned it from my dad. Reid on cue. Is a pass catcher, and he's off to the races. Des Reid shoved out of bounds inside the 10 by Jakeem Harris.
He's quite literally a walking big play. He's coming out of the backfield, so now you're going to be lost out of the backfield. No one's looking for Reid, and then he doesn't get tackled. He has a plan to take it from 10 yards to 50 yards, from 50 to 100 yards.
He's 5'8", I am too. Empty backfield.
Are you? Okay.
I'm not. 2nd and goal. Holstein, end zone. Touchdown. Sincerely reels it in. And Pittsburgh back in front. Seconds. Sincerely with the honors. And this Pittsburgh passing attack on display back in front along Tobacco Road. Question for Criswell throughout his career. Mostly as a backup at Arkansas and here in Chapel Hill. Hampton in the flats, a nifty move. Bumped out across the 25.
And then the coach will get you the play they want to put you in.
Tar Heels without a 3rd down conversion so far. Criswell off the back foot. Well, he shows you the cannon of an arm. J.J. Jones. And it's Nate McCollum that made the catch. One of the top receivers last year in this offense with Drake May. Gain of 20. Utilizing tempo, the run to Hampton. Dragged down from behind inside the 35 by McMillan. Back in the good graces and figure out a way to get to a decent bowl game and close the season strong. Caleb Hood in at running back for the first time. Criswell's going to keep it straight ahead for a first down.
This is not what Pitt prepared or expected.
They'll blitz the A-gap after a gain of 15, and Caleb Hood corralled quickly. Well, he's been getting healthy. That was something we heard from Chip Lindsey and Mack Brown yesterday.
Not necessarily the heartbeat of the defense, but he's the nose of the defense. He's always around the football. With the defense that pressures so much, you have to be able to get off blocks.
Noah Burnett, 34-yard effort, 8 of 9 this season. Got underneath that one a little bit, and Burnett slings it through. Hogs with Taylon Green, the Boise State transfer, something to watch there. Auburn's got all kinds of question marks. Its quarterback position. Holstein's going to keep it. Pitt has it. He slides in across the 30. Here comes a late flag. 2, in fact.
We call this the magic formation. You don't know where he's going to come from.
Into the flats, Desmond Reid wide open for the first down and lowers the lumber. Just had a little revenge exacted on him by numeral 0 and a gain of 23.
Yeah, the tough part is, so they're playing somewhat of what we call a Palms defense, running back to the flat, and that's what didn't happen right there, is the inside defender didn't see the running back to the flat.
Holstein, the crosser, Poppy Williams for the touchdown.
This is the second time we've seen receivers open across the middle. When you're playing a zone defense, you have to get as much depth as you possibly can. Unfortunately for North Carolina, the zone defenders aren't getting deep, and Poppy Williams goes right behind the defense, drawing it up to score. And if that first read isn't open, it's okay to go to the check down. I want every play to be a touchdown. You can go to the check down or run it if we need to.
Nate McCollum to the outside, dragged down from behind. We check in again with Kevin Connors. Screen pass to Reid. He'll tap dance his way across the 10. Back across the original line of scrimmage. Ritzy, the tackle. It's been uneven at times, but you look at his numbers, 9 of 17 for 76 yards. He's avoided some big losses. Pocket collapsing into the flats. Copenhaver. Nice move for the tight end. Spun down out of bounds by Brandon George.
We kept all 3, plus they have a 2-minute timeout.
Pressure right through the A gap. Hampton. Mike Elko's team, a former head coach at Duke here in the ACC, doing a nice job in College Station. 3rd down and 3, North Carolina with it. Criswell picks up 4.
They won't follow through, and so they'll either underthrow a good amount of throws or they'll start hesitating, not going through their reads. So it's a defender's dream.
A defender's dream. A Criswell dream on the next play. Kobe Paysour into plus territory. North Carolina on the move.
You don't want to leave too much time for Pitt, which is a fast-paced offense.
After a gain of 23, Hampton to the edge. Hampton still on his feet. A first down run to the 14.
And while these scouts are here to watch Omarion Hampton, who does that? Like, my first question is, who does that and how? Omarion Hampton does that.
After the timeout, 2nd down, delayed give. Hampton cuts it back inside in a strong finish. Sheen Biles the tackle. Jumbo set, multiple tight ends. Inside give. Hampton legs churning across the goal line for the touchdown. Omarion Hampton would not give up. With the balance, the vision, and the power on display in this first half.
The more you can do. So you start looking at the intricacies. Right here, he lowers his shoulder, runs over, essentially, or runs through, runs with 3 defenders. On the play before, you see him break somebody's ankles, at least should have been. He's not so big, not 6'3". They're going to be aggressive. You only have 1 timeout, but first down, stop the clock.
Holstein to the air. Dumps it off to Reid. He'll have a first down, and the jitterbug racing out of bounds. Backside pressure, Holstein to Reid. Gain of 4. Clock moving.
Wasted about 7 seconds.
Holstein again. Reid grabs it high. That's enough for a first down, and we'll see if Pitt wants to utilize a timeout here. And now running. Holstein's got to go. Penalty markers fly in. Mumpfield has it in North Carolina territory, but a holding call will negate everything you just saw.
Morpheus and all of them. Red pill, blue pill.
Hampton straight ahead. Boy, Pittsburgh has been gashed at times right through the center of the line of scrimmage.
Your big-time superstar running back. It makes the offensive line want to block harder for him.
North Carolina's had a running back go over the century mark in every game this year. The only team in America that can make that claim. Fitzsimmons the tackle.
He had over 100 yards in that second half alone. So that's what I expect in this game. Des Reid, a heavy dose.
On 2nd and 12, Criswell elusive across his body. And J.J. Jones into Pitt territory. Ushered out at the 47. Jones made him pay.
J.J. Jones is the 2024 ACC Top 6 in Service Award. On this play, he showed some service to his quarterback by being available across the field. They oftentimes tell quarterbacks don't throw it across your body because there may be defenders you don't see you could intercept it.
Man-to-man coverage at the bottom of your screen with J.J. Jones. They'll go the other way, and it's incomplete. They tried to set up the screen to Kobe Paysour. Jeff Collins said yesterday he's wild and crazy. He said he's too much like me. Holstein slings it. 1 yard short of the line to gain. Back to Des Reid. Maury Campbell the tackle.
They may motion him to see who's going to be on it.
Almost can't see him behind the line of scrimmage. Holstein the other way. Wants it all. Double coverage. 2 men down there, and Pitt's Mumpfield grabs it inside the 1. Pittsburgh has had a multitude of big plays. Mumpfield, like a center fielder, grabbed it right off the turf.
A great job by Konata Mumpfield, 6'1", 185. He was named Freshman All-American in 2021 by The Athletic. As they hurry up again, Konata Mumpfield is making big plays for this team.
Reid in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Holstein. Reid into the flats. 1 man to beat towards the front pylon, and he got there. Right in front of Campbell. Touchdown, Pitt. Massive linebacker trying to chase him down. No problem whatsoever.
And that anything included animals. Said I'm not afraid of animals. I'm afraid of heights, but not human beings.
3rd down and 8. Clean pocket. Criswell across the middle is tight end Nesbitt. And he's going to be spotted about 2 yards short. McIntyre, a great open field hit. Panthers need 10. They'll fake it to Reid. Now the swing pass. Desmond Reid's going to be bottled up. He will lose yardage. Will Hardy. Well, he won that battle.
Notice who they were getting the ball to again. It was Des Reid in the flat. But this time, the defense had eyes on Des Reid. They were making sure to leverage him, meaning.
After a 2-yard gain, Criswell. Pocket collapsing. Dishes it outside. Across the midfield line. Down to the 48, Nate McCullum.
Now you're the starter. You have to take advantage of the opportunity.
Play action to the tight end Nesbitt. Bryson Nesbitt brought down by McMillan.
Questions have to get answered. A few overthrows. If you get those on target, you start building your identity.
Correct.
Nesbitt. Bryson Nesbitt. First down yardage. Shoved out to the 37 by McMillan again.
So as you start having different quarterbacks, got to figure out who you are.
Not to mention a young offensive line. Goss on the draw. A nifty play call there by Chip Lindsey. The big gain on the ground, 25 yards.
There's a great block by number 64, Malik McGowan. You see him there, offensive line.
Criswell 4 for his last 10. Make it 5 for 11 on the screen. Racing ahead. Close to first down yardage, Nate McCullum. 79 degrees on the playing surface.
But add the humidity, my man. Add the humidity.
Got you.
All right.
Loss of a yard.
And it's turf.
2nd and goal.
And they got pads on.
Sincere Edwards, the TFL. You've almost convinced me.
And that defense, Alabama, I believe, is different.
Pitt wants to play defense on 3rd and goal. Criswell, end zone and touchdown. John Copenhaver. 3rd score of this season. Tar Heels needed it. Copenhaver got it.
And that's the focus for a defense. You think Nesbitt, the 6'5" guy, is going to be in, but no, it's Copenhaver. He fakes the out, and then he goes upfield. As a defender, you're thinking, if he goes outside, I have to take him. So you lean outside. The safety expands and goes out as well. And that nod route.
2nd and 5. Holstein takes off. Room to run. First down, Pitt, all the way to North Carolina territory. And a first down after gaining 24 here.
This is what makes him so dangerous. Eli Holstein is going through his progression, going through his reads, sees nothing open. He tucks it, and he knows that it's man-to-man coverage to go through not just that first part of the play, but the second.
4th 10 on 3rd down. Holstein again racing straight ahead. He's got the first down. Acho, he's not lightning fast, but he makes quick decisions, and he's crafty.
And that's another quarterback keeper, quarterback draw. This is by design. Looks outside to get the safeties and the linebackers to go outside. They haven't got away from it. They're trusting their quarterback to lead the team in rushing.
8 carries, 64 yards for Holstein. And diving down to make the catch, Poppy Williams.
Got 2 tight ends in the game, so bigger personnel.
And the handoff was bobbled, and Hammond is quickly corralled. Evans crashed the pocket. That play didn't have a chance. 3rd and goal. Cade Bell told us yesterday we love to work into the boundary against this defense. They will run Holstein across the goal line easily. Eli Holstein, cool, calm, and collected.
He didn't go quarterback draw, but instead they go quarterback power. They bring 2 blockers.
7-point advantage for the road team. Pitt here in Chapel Hill. Panthers have never won at Keenan Stadium. Tar Heels get it back. Criswell flings one deep and has a man. It is caught. Nate McCullum. Jones, the intended receiver. McCullum just tracked it down somehow.
Sean Fitzsimmons is grabbing the quarterback.
Hampton in the backfield. Nesbitt goes in motion. The give to Omarion Hampton. Boy, the Pitt defense was ready and waiting. It all comes down to the spot.
This is devastating for an offensive line, but extremely impressive for a defense. Everyone knows Omarion Hampton is going to get the ball, and so Pitt brings everyone they possibly can, led by Brandon George, their leader on the defense, their captain, and as a big-time 4th down
They're really
stop.
on the field, but the runner is short of the line to gain. It's under further review.
Think about all we heard concerning Brandon George this week. Pat Narduzzi told us yesterday. And he'll get the carry. Slung down quickly this time. Stick lane. Holstein from his own end zone steps ahead, fires a completion. Sincerely. And he hit him in stride, Acho.
And shout out to the offensive line. Pitt wants to continue to run this clock out while still being aggressive to win the game.
Already 3+ minutes with this possession. Boy, Holstein powered that pass into Lee, and he corralled it right off the top of the turf.
And it's not just me who's looking at the clock. It's also Mack Brown. It's also this defense. Great ball, great read. This play started on the 10-yard line. This series did. It's frustrating when you're not able to make stops, especially when you know you need to get the ball back if you want a chance. And the dual threat is really real in this play. They're not complaining that they're still on the field with little time remaining.
Empty backfield. Holstein going to be flush. Watch the QB run. Instead, he throws it right at the line to gain, and that's enough for another first down. It's Kenny Johnson. Saul's on the way, and Ben Sauls delivers in crunch time once again. The kick will be fielded cleanly. And McCullum still on his feet. Jettisons ahead to the 45. Pocket collapsing. Criswell dragged down from behind and sacked. Kyle Lewis. That is the ball game.
We started this game talking about Kyle Lewis's nose for the football. He may pressure, he may drop out. He's not the biggest guy, but notice he's fast and he has speed. And so when he's chasing Jacolby Criswell, he aims for his legs.
And an incredible start for Pat Narduzzi in year 10 with a new offensive coordinator in Cade Bell and a gunslinger in Eli Holstein that finds unique ways to win games.